Hi guys, by the way, this is Leonice Vence Tampus, and today I'll let you guess what I will talk about today. So, as you can see here, I have a ball and I have a tumbler. So, this is related for the sports. And when you say sports, it is seen as vital social practices with important advantages for people's health. Since ancient times, sports have been linked to training for the activities like hunting, combat, or other kinds of training. Nowadays, sports are mainly linked to other educational pursuits, like it applies in education, and we're involved into that because we have PE3. Sports and games are included into learning institutions from the primary through the tertiary levels. And we're in the tertiary levels, right? And as a result, training is provided in these institutions. That's why we have PE. People of all ages, as you all know, should participate in sports since they are vital to human life because it can enhance our muscle strength. Sports have recorded history that dates at least 3,000 years back, right? So, sports were once used to practice for battle or for hunting. At least that's the use of sports 1,000 years ago. It used for military training. And this explains why the majority of Asian sports featured fighting. And fighting opponents face to face as well as throwing things like stakes, rocks, and spears. And the example of that is Goliath and David and Goliath. First off, it's difficult to pinpoint the first sport that has been recorded, but it's widely accepted that boxing and wrestling were the first games to be performed, not the basketball. But I have only here the equipment for basketball, which is the ball or the basketball. It has also been suggested that the first reporting events may have involved human transportation. All right? And according to the history that um, I dug onto of sports, as it's known, that the initial tournaments were hitting, throwing, kicking, and sporting pursuits such as hunting. So when we say kicking, so it's like a martial arts or Muay Thai. Therefore, it may be said that daily activities, including sports and games, are a result of them. For an instance, several sporting events, including horseback riding, swimming, boxing, and wrestling, developed as a result of military activities and all modes of transportation. And example of wrestling is in the MMA fighter, right? Tournament. Before the birth of Christ in the year 776 or 776, the first Olympic Games were held. And Zeus, the most important divinity in ancient Greece, was honored. And that was Zeus. It was national sporting event that was held in the Olympic Stadium and was attended by athletes from all around Greece. Its main goal was to provide the participants a chance to demonstrate their speed, strength, and also agility. There was only one event in these Olympics, which is a foot race. All right. So in sports, there is what we call also as funeral sports, as what I've understood when I dug into. From the Mycenaean era are a good place to start when tracing the history of sports for the additional info. And sporting events in Greece. Between 1600 and 1100 BCE, before Christ era, this is the era where funeral sports are on trend, begun to. And the funeral games aren't described in great detail. We are supposed to understand that they are were performed in memory of deceased soldiers. That is the use of funeral sports. The wealthy at this time, who did not have manual labor to do or participated in sports. And the first Olympics, we all know, it is held in Olympia during 776 before Christ era. And that is signify the official establishment of sports in Greece. And it should be emphasized that the pattern of persisted until 393 Christ era was the following is the following first Olympics. And that is what I've understand about the history of sports, in which I have an additional info about um, Olympics. Olympics will be held 4 years after, prior from the following, prior from the first Olympics was held. Like, it should be 2020, 2021, and then 2022. And the last Olympic tournament, Olympic Games was held in China. And that is the video all about. I hope you learned something. By the way, this is Leonice Vence Tampus again from BSEd English 2B. Have a great day. Bye-bye.